what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the D.O.G podcast. My name is Drew. This is German, and welcome back, our boy OC the G.
What's up?
The long hiatus for OC the G. How you been, man?
I'm alright, just hanging out.
Just hanging out,
Feels
dude.
good to be back.
Obviously, 2022 draft. We had to bring you in.
Okay.
This is the.
Let's do it.
You're the endless encyclopedia when it comes to the NFL. Let's go ahead. Let's go over the first 10 picks.
All I can say is this is possibly the worst quarterback draft class the last 20 years. So that's why you haven't
Low-key boring.
seen anyone taken.
Not a single quarterback, huh? Not a
I
single
thought maybe the Saints. I was telling Joe, I thought maybe the Saints traded up for a quarterback because they were afraid that maybe the Texans were going to end up landing a quarterback.
I thought about that, but then I'm just none of these guys that Kenny Pickett or Malik Willis, none of those guys jump off the charts to you. There wasn't a staggering, oh my god,
Yeah, that's true. But I heard earlier too, and I really didn't even think about it, which is look at all the quarterbacks that are dominating right now in the league. None of them really coming out of college really jumped out. Patrick Mahomes didn't really jump out. Deshaun Watson, there was still problems with him coming into the draft, so people didn't want to touch him, right?
Yeah, because Watson had the ACL, he got hurt, I think his junior year or
Yeah.
something, and then Mahomes kind of just he went middle of the draft, 14th or 15th.
15th or something like that.
And he had to sit behind Alex Smith. So
Exactly, and then Josh Allen was another one. He went 7th,
yeah,
something like that.
They were never the top guys,
Exactly. Even Lamar Jackson went with 32nd pick
at the end of the first.
at the end of the first
Why
round.
you guys going to bring up Dak Prescott fourth round?
Dak Prescott for 4th round.
Late round guy.
Exactly. So
Russell Wilson, 3rd round.
exactly. So and then the guy who has got the biggest question mark in the offseason right now is Baker Mayfield, and he went 1st overall. So
There's only a question mark for him because ain't no one want him. He's just hey, does anyone want to kind of play with you guys? Can someone pick me?
he goes, "We'll play football for
Hey.
food."
I like
Defensive end for Trevor Lawrence.
You're not helping your guy.
Trevor
Get him an offensive lineman, dude.
Walker.
Keep him upright.
Doug Peterson, his legit first pick in his new regime. What do you think it's a good pick or no?
No, protect your franchise quarterback.
Right,
man.
exactly. Yeah.
I get it. The defensive guys are the best guys, but do what's gonna fit your system. It doesn't matter if you're picking 1st or 3rd.
Yeah.
Here's my question for you: was Trayvon Walker even the best defensive end on the board?
I thought Aiden Hutchinson was just as good, but I thought why are you drafting defense? Go protect
I thought for
Lawrence.
sure it was gonna be an offensive guy.
Yeah, I was go protect Lawrence. It don't matter. Don't it's because Mel Kiper and Todd McShay, all these guys. Well, this is the best guy available. Okay, but you're not helping Trevor Lawrence. So what is gonna happen with that?
You think maybe should Jacksonville have traded down for maybe another pick and picked the offensive guy?
You could, but I don't think anybody in this draft wanted to be in the top 5 or top 10.
And that's the thing. It's because I feel they were shopping that pick around, just nobody wanted to take it.
Well,
Nobody wanted to touch it.
Yeah, but the thing about this draft is compared to prior years, usually you have one guy that'll
That's
be
all it out.
yeah, everyone's number 1
Hands
overall
down,
pick.
Mhm.
That's the guy. This year it went from it could be Evan Neal, the tackle, to it could be Aiden Hutchinson, and then this last week all of a sudden Trayvon Walker. I'm
Yeah. That's the thing. Trayvon Walker, he kind of snuck up on everybody. It's just there was speculation of other players going back and forth. And then he kind of just, I feel when they were showing the odds of who was going to go 1st overall, it kept going back and forth.
Yeah.
Back and forth. So, like you said, it was just nobody wanted to touch his 1st overall pick. And then they went ahead and they just, I guess they picked best available along with a team need, I guess. It was what they tried to do.
I think it's mainly the number 1 overall pick, the best available guy. I'm sure Jacksonville needs a star defensive end, but they've had so many top tier players on the defensive side of the ball come through Jacksonville, and what has that gotten them? Nothing.
Yeah,
that's my boy Shoe.
Nothing.
Poor Shoe, man.
Shoe's the one that always complains about. Oh, they traded away Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
They let go of what was it? The DN that was in Vegas last year.
Ngakwe.
Yeah.
And then Calais Campbell, they traded him away. Oh, what a time to be a Jags fan, huh?
Still sucks.
Let's talk about the second overall pick. Another DN. How do you pronounce his name? Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson from Michigan.
It's an American name. You can't say
Yeah,
that.
I know, dude. What do you think? There we go.
Come on.
What do you think? Do you think it's a good pick for Detroit?
I mean, it kind of seemed like
Stays home.
Yeah, it was like a homer pick, Michigan guy goes to the Lions. So
I mean, I guess it's an all right pick. I mean, you still have because they have Jared Goff there too.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe like, what if they take a chance on a quarterback? But maybe they'll probably be quarterbacks there later in the later rounds.
This class is terrible.
It's really bad.
I don't think I have any issues with this pick, other than it's still Detroit.
It's still Detroit. That's what the graveyard of big time players go to Detroit.
Yeah, they drafted Okada, that DB from Ohio State, third overall, a couple years back, and
tore his ACL right away or something like that.
He hasn't done much.
It will suck. Okay, number 3 overall from Houston, Derek Stingley.
More names.
Yeah, dude. Dude.
Should we talk about soccer and?
Because I can pronounce all of those.
Foreign names.
Hey, wait till he gets to the Carolina Panthers first pick.
I saw that, dude. As soon as they picked him, I was like, that's gonna be a fucking nightmare.
All right, so
another a DB dude from LSU. What do you think?
He was the top corner going into the season.
Mm-hmm.
So was he one of the guys? I don't think he even played this year.
Was he one of the guys that opted out?
I think he was one of the guys that opted out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure because he was going into last year's draft. If he would have came out, but he couldn't because he was a sophomore.
Oh, it's actually he did play. He actually just had a ankle injury.
Oh, okay.
Which kind of left him sidelined for a couple
years.
Because
I was gonna say I don't remember him playing the whole season, but I wasn't sure if he played or not. But yeah, he was the top guy. I seen his pro day and. He was pissed off about his 40.
That's what everybody was. That's what this article is saying right here is his pro day. He stood out and a lot of people were impressed
because he was mad about his 40. And so
mm-hmm.
I guess he went hard on all his little individual workouts.
But on a team that really has no top tier player, a corner is the number 3 overall pick. Is that what you do?
You're gonna call out my boy Davis Mills? He's not a top tier player.
Davis Mills, dude.
Brandon Cooks, bro.
The games that Davis Mills won that roster. How dare you?
Brandon Cooks was good 18 years ago.
You just can't help but take shots at people.
Brandon Cooks Modesto native, bro.
Brandon Cooks, same number wins as Tua.
Oh. Dude, come on.
Am I wrong?
Man. What are we doing here?
What kind
of podcast is this?
This guy just calls everybody out.
Am I wrong?
He just won't stop until Twitter comes after us.
Just answer my question. Am I wrong? Do they have the same number of wins or don't they?
Who?
Mills and Tua.
Oh, they had the same record.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. No, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they did. But this year they were both 6-3 or something.
Something like that.
Yeah. Anyway.
No, you're talking about stats. Remember they had this.
Similar stats.
Number 4 overall, the Jets. Okay. They pick up another DB. This one I'm not even gonna try to pronounce.
No, just say his nickname, Sauce.
Sauce. Okay,
Sauce
so
Gardner,
they picked up Sauce Gardner.
You can't say Ahmad Sauce Gardner.
No, dude, I can't.
You can't say Ahmad.
I can't.
You can't say Ahmad.
I can't say these names. But yeah, what do you think about that pick? Picked up a DB, Salah, maybe trying to build that defense.
Yeah. Well, you know your guy. He loves defensive guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I saw the pick and I was just like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
He's. A lot of people thought he would go before Stingley, just because he played the whole year and him.
Right.
I think he's the guy, Sauce Gardner, that didn't allow a touchdown his whole collegiate career or something when he was matched up 1-on-1. Him and the other guy on the opposite side, Kobe Bryant, which would probably go 4th or 5th round. He was a pretty good guy too. Kobe spells with the C though. He's a good guy. So.
The New York Giants, they select another DN, dude. We went 5 defensive players in a row. What do you think about that one?
I like
this dude's massive.
Yeah, I like Kenyon.
He's scary.
Yeah, you like him?
Thibodeau?
Yeah.
Say that.
What was it, Kayvon Thibodeau?
Thibodeau.
There you go. I got it.
Basketball. There's a lot of Thibodeaus in basketball.
He was the number 1 high school recruit coming out of high school.
I remember that.
So he was just dominating. high school kids. It was ridiculous. And then he goes to Oregon. Dominated his first couple of years, and he dealt with like an injury.
Yeah.
Because I remember he got hurt against Fresno State when they played, and he didn't finish out the game. But he was a guy that they talked about him going first overall. But then, speculation of, well, this guy fits better in Jacksonville. But Thibodeau, I really like the pick because I'm like, okay, so you had Michael Strahan, Justin Tuck. You're trying to bring that back, maybe? I don't know,
it's like that position's kind of been a staple there in New York, right? Like the defensive end, having a big superstar because they have, like you said, Singletary. They had the original LT, Lawrence Taylor there. So, I mean, is that a position, like, especially in the big city of New York, do you think, they're looking to build around him now? Because, I mean, the verdict's still out on Danny Dimes, right?
Well, they declined his options.
Exactly. So, I mean, we're going to see maybe a repeat of Baker Mayfield there in New York, where they're just going to let him, play that last year on his contract, and they're just going to go ahead and just let him go after this?
Oh yeah, this is
it, right?
Yeah.
And then is it too soon to say that Saquon was just about a bust?
Well, a lot of people are saying this is your year. You prove that you're the reason they took him. What, top 5?
Second overall.
Second.
Yeah.
See, so it's like
if you can't stay on the field, you're kind of a bust, aren't you?
Yeah.
But I mean, who takes a running back that high in today's day and age in the offense, right?
It's the whole, these teams get so in depth with their analysis. They're like, well, this is what fits us.
Yeah.
It's like, or they listen to the media. And they're like, oh, this is the best player available.
Yeah.
Bro, you should have just taken the quarterback or the offensive tackle, whatever was best. But like Andrew said,
it was like the same thing with Daniel Jones there, where they were like, well, we're taking the guy who best fits us. This is the guy we really, really like. Because there was question marks even when he was drafted.
I didn't even know who he was. They drafted him, and I was like, who the hell is that guy? I have no clue who that is.
So
as a Cowboy fan,
this Dotson, I like Dotson.
Yeah.
I don't know why the Eagles didn't draft this
kid. Washington? Yeah.
I forgot he's still on the board.
Anywho, this pick as a Cowboy fan scares me. Cowboys got a beat up and old offensive line. This guy could make some trouble for that.
Oh, Thibodeau?
Yes.
Thibodeau.
If he can stay healthy.
If he can stay healthy. Carolina Panthers. Yeah. Go ahead, dude.
They call him Icky. His nickname
That's
is
what it has
Icky.
right here. So Icky, an offensive tackle out of Carolina State, another guy that stays home. What do you think about that pick?
Well, they said
protect the running back.
Yeah, this kid's a genius.
Mm-hmm.
He has a fraternal twin that plays for Notre Dame, inside linebacker. Yeah. This guy had offers to Ivy League schools, so Harvard, Yale, and then Stanford was all. He's a genius.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
do you think they're going for longevity with this pick?
Well, like Andrew just said, try to protect Christian McCaffrey.
Protect McCaffrey. That's as soon as I saw
whoever's going to be their quarterback this year, because it can still be Baker, it can still be Jimmy.
Come on, bro, my boy Sam Darnold.
Are you going to be all in on Darnold?
Guy? Come on.
Dude, but it's just watching him play last year and some of the decisions he made, dude. It's really bad. I don't know how they're going.
Doesn't Sam Darnold throw the best spiral to the opposing team?
Yeah, he does. But I mean, I guess you can make the argument that he's never really had a good offensive lineman in front of him the entire time he was in New York, and then even last year. So I mean, if you can give him protection and actually give him time, and then actually give him a healthy Christian McCaffrey, and then they have Allen Robinson over there, you think this can be a make or break for Darnold? Then?
It has to be,
right?
I think you nailed it when you said that he's never even had a real protection unit since he left college. Played for 2 years with the Jets, and it was terrible. But the Jets are terrible.
Yeah.
And then the Carolina Panthers were not good this last year. Their offensive line is not good. So it only makes sense that they take an offensive guy here. It makes a lot of sense. So I think that they did the right move.
Yeah. The Giants at number 7. This one's a layup. Even Evan Neal. I almost screwed it up. Offensive tackle from Alabama. What do you think, man? You like it?
Yeah, Alabama guy, plays under Nick Saban. Massive kid, probably, right?
Yeah.
I thought he was going to go earlier before the kid that went to Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you can't go wrong with the tackle unless this kid
Yeah,
has complete injury history.
Yeah, when you have a tackle that's 6'8", 337 pounds, yeah, you know, and you add another dynamic in order to protect Daniel Jones there, and then if you can get a healthy Saquon to come off of that.
Is it Daniel Jones
Really?
I don't know. Just if you decline the guy's option, who are you gonna go with?
I think they're almost like getting some of these guys like, hey, learn how to play football this year in the NFL, and then next year we'll get you a quarterback. Yeah. That's kind of what it seems like
a trial year.
Like the Giants are doing with a defensive guy first, and then an offensive guy. It's like, hey, we're kind of building for when we actually get a real quarterback.
It's almost like everybody's trying to. I know it's kind of late, but it's almost kind of trying to get that same formula that the Seahawks did, which is let's build a team first, bring the quarterback in, and then take advantage of the quarterback's rookie contract.
Yeah.
Because I mean.
But that wasn't the goal. They had signed.
I mean, it happened by a complete accident. Nobody thought coming into the league Russell Wilson was going to be able to do what he did.
He was like 5'10".
Yeah, but I remember watching him play at Wisconsin and then like watching him dominate. I think it was like the Big Ten championship game. I forget who they played against, and then watching him dominate in that game, I was like, dude, this guy's a stud.
He's a baller.
Yeah, and then who goes in the third round. And then, yeah, like you said, it happened completely by accident. And then just gave Matt Flynn...
Oh, we have a trade.
Oh, another trade? Tennessee.
The Titans traded up?
The Tennessee pick is in. They traded up to number 18th. See who they pick. Let's move on to...
They just traded A.J. Brown.
You're lying.
That's on the bottom.
No, it just said they traded A.J. Brown.
The Eagles
landed A.J. Brown?
What? See, I told you they were mad that they didn't get their guy.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
I was like...
As soon as you walked in, that's what you said. Yeah.
I was like,
Go ahead and say it again.
So these guys... So the Lions... Or the Commanders traded with the Saints. The Saints picked up Jameson Williams. Or, No. They picked up... Who'd they get?
The Saints had...
Saints went up to 11.
To Chris
Olave. And then the Lions jumped up in front of the Eagles to get Jameson Williams. And I think the Eagles thought that Jameson was going to fall because of the ACL injury that he got in the national title game.
Yeah.
So they got left out of the receiver group because Drake London went earlier.
Jesus, they got Jordan Davis and A.J. Brown with us. Fuck, Eagles looking good.
Wait a minute. They got Jordan Davis too?
Yeah, that's who they drafted. At 13.
At 13.
So they gave up Jordan Davis and A.J. Brown?
No.
So the Eagles had drafted at number 13. They drafted Jordan Davis.
Okay, the D tackle.
Yeah, the D tackle from Georgia.
So
now they picked up on A.J. Brown.
So they got A.J. Brown, but what did they give up to the Titans?
It was like
third
the 40.
Round?
It's like the second round and the third round.
Yeah, that's kind of a high price to pay. But I mean, if A.J. Brown is A.J. Brown's disgruntled, right? He didn't want to be there anymore.
Something like that. I wonder what was going on over there.
They just take off their team or their pictures of their team off their bio or off their social media.
That's how these young kids communicate nowadays.
Like give them the 18th pick though.
Yeah, because the Eagles had 2 picks, I think, in the first round.
In the first round, they had the 13th and the 18th.
Yeah, because one of them belonged to the Dolphins, and the Dolphins traded that.
That's right. Yeah. So, big first trade of the NFL draft this year
for a player, yeah.
For a player, yeah. And a lot of us were speculating sitting here that the Jets were gonna go after D.O.G at 10, and that didn't happen.
Oh yeah, because they had 2 first rounders.
Yeah. They had the number 4 overall pick and then the number 10. So, and that didn't happen, and then we get this one, A.J. Brown to Philadelphia now. Big news. That's huge. I mean. Now we get so the third receiver that we thought was going to get traded, the third big receiver that we're going to get traded this offseason. Now we get another one that comes out of nowhere, A.J. Brown. Why do you speculate that you think A.J. Brown was traded?
Well, like I said to you guys a little bit ago, he's disgruntled. I don't know. Contract? He wanted to restructure it.
Or his quarterback is Tannehill.
Ryan Tannehill.
I feel like someone said this before.
Yeah. You're still not giving him any credit whatsoever.
The guy had 7 years in Miami and was like 500. Like, hey man,
and then
he's not gonna win you.
The cracks.
It could be worse. He could be a Jags fan.
And then the crack started to show last year in the playoffs against Cincinnati, right? When Tannehill, he had the game on his back and he couldn't pull it out. Yeah. Well, like the next pick we're gonna get to Atlanta with Drake London out of USC. What do you think about that one? Wide receiver.
Very interesting. He's a big guy. He's like 6'5", so he's a taller receiver. Because a lot of these guys, like Jameson and like Chris Olave, they're like 6 foot. They're smaller guys, exactly. But they're shifty.
He's 220. Yeah,
so I get why they picked him because they lost Russell Gage in the offseason, and then Calvin Ridley's suspended for the year, right?
Yeah, for the gambling stuff that he was doing. But they still have Kyle Pitts out there.
And he still got Cordell Patterson, right?
And then Cordell Patterson, the dual threat guy.
It's a good little trio. I mean,
weapons for Mariota.
Yeah, for Mariota, but I mean, I don't know what kind of system you're gonna run. If you're gonna run that spread option with him, or you're gonna actually let him sling it to these guys. But I thought that the smaller guys like Jameson and like Olave would go before that.
Do you think that he was the best receiver in the draft?
No.
Drake London?
This dude, like, he got hurt halfway through his USC this past season.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Towards the end of the year.
I thought the guy the Jets got Garrett Wilson. I thought he was the best guy, or Olave, one of the two.
Yeah.
I thought those were the two best guys available. Jameson, I thought was my preferred guy, but then the ACL injury, you don't know when you're going to get him. So.
Okay, moving on to Seattle at number 9. Charles Cross, an offensive tackle. What do you think about that one, dude? Do you think they're going to go ahead? They're going to go all in with Drew Lock?
Who the fuck are they? Is
Geno Smith
for?
In
Seattle. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean,
it looks like they're gonna have to, right?
People really speculated that they thought they would draft like Malik Willis. Like they thought the connection was there, but I was just like, there's no quarterbacks that are gonna go in the top 10, top 15.
Nobody wanted those guys.
There's no one. Like I guess they're project guys. Because it's a lot of guaranteed money if you get picked.
They're
in the
not
top
worth
10.
the pick.
No, and then it's a lot of guaranteed money that you have tied up if you get drafted in the top 10.
There are a lot of guys that have to like sit and develop before they are going to be able to actually take reins over an offense.
So they just traded away AJ Brown, right? The Titans,
and then they pick up on
Treylon Burks right here.
Treylon Burks, wide receiver out of Arkansas.
So they get rid of one and they bring in a new kid.
What do you think, man? Do you think they think that?
Look at his NFL comparison.
Yeah, comparison to Deebo Samuel. Do you think, man, all these NFL teams are kind of they're coming to the conclusion that maybe, hey, these wide receivers are growing on trees? Do you guys think that they're gonna go ahead and they're just gonna go, screw it, you don't want to be here, bye. We're gonna pick somebody else up.
I think they're looking at it from the perspective of the Niners right now. Jimmy G, not that great of a quarterback. You get a great receiver with him, and all of a sudden, you can go to a conference championship game.
You can go to Super Bowl.
So that's true. They're kind of, I think maybe the mentality has changed. Maybe you go after more playmakers like Debo, like these other elite receivers, and you take your average quarterback and maybe make a Cinderella story type run. That's kind of what it seems like they're doing, and then kind of invest in like a third round, fourth round quarterback.
So you think that they're kind of just banking on and just because I mean we've come to the conclusion that in the NFL you have to have a quarterback in order to be successful, right?
Yeah.
And then
at least be decent,
right? And you can make it there with a mediocre quarterback, but is he going to get you over the hump, right?
Probably not.
But
it seemed like they're going after kind of like this high school like mentality, right? Find your best athlete, give him the ball. And just start drafting athletes. Just start drafting quality NFL players. Who gives a shit what position they play, and just find a way to give that dude the ball.
Because maybe are they getting tired of drafting a quarterback super high and then things not working out, so they're just kind of like, well, screw it. If we're gonna draft somebody super high, we're just gonna give it to an athletic receiver, an athletic DN, let them go and do their thing for a few years, and then if we find a quarterback along the way, we find a quarterback.
I mean, I think so. I mean, granted, there's not a lot of good quarterbacks in this draft. But
yeah, that's true.
The number 2 overall pick, Detroit Lions, they could probably use another quarterback.
Right.
The number 3 overall pick, Houston Texans, they could probably use another quarterback. The number 4 overall pick,
the disrespect.
Number 4,
Davis Mills.
The number 4 overall pick, the Jets, they could probably use another quarterback. And then number 5, the Giants. They could probably use another quarterback.
But the thing is, like, you say all that, right? And they all those first 5 teams could use a quarterback.
Well,
but
not number 1.
Oh, but it 2 through 4 or 2 through 5, like it tells you how bad this draft class was.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. When it comes to quarterbacks,
Well,
when it comes to quarterbacks,
The Saints traded up earlier to get Olave, and they kept their other first round pick.
yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
Going over to the number 10 pick, the Jets. This is where we thought that Debo was going to go, and then they pick up on the wide receiver Garrett Wilson out of Ohio State. Do you think that's a good move, OC?
Yeah, he's one of the guys.
Yeah.
Him with Olave, that tandem at Ohio State was really good.
Yeah.
I think he's a little bit bigger than Olave. He's probably like 6'1" or something. But Garrett Wilson was like a good route runner. You know, he's very shifty, good in space. So is Olave. But I thought aside from Jameson Williams, I thought he was going to go before Drake London. So, but I mean, good for the Jets. Give him weapons to Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
So, I mean, good luck.
And then we talked about the New Orleans Saints pick at number 11 when they went to go trade for Washington from Washington. What do you think about that one?
That's the guy I like.
That's the one you like, huh? Right?
Yeah, he's a San Diego guy. So he's Olave. I think he set the record for most touchdowns by a wide receiver at Ohio State. He had like 35 in like 3 seasons because he still had one more year left to play, I think. And he came back or something. But he had 35 touchdowns in his career at Ohio State. I think he beat out David Boston's record, which was 34. But he's the guy that's just like playmaker, you know, shifty in space, ballerina in the end zone, gets his toes down. I really like him.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, so the Lions pick up another receiver, Jameson Williams out of Alabama, adding their weapons there for Jared Goff, or what do you think?
Yeah, stud wide receiver.
Stud wide receiver, huh?
He was at Ohio State, and then he transferred to Bama, and then he shined with the rest of that core, and sadly to say, he blew out his ACL in the championship game, but I think if he doesn't blow that ACL, he goes top 10. I think he goes before Garrett Wilson.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. So do you think that the Lions were sitting there and they really didn't expect him to be available at number 12?
No. Well, they
traded up.
Yeah, they traded up. So they saw the Saints come up right in front of them and take Olave.
Yeah.
And then they were like, well, let's go get
this guy.
Yeah, because the Eagles were like 2 picks in waiting for.
It was just it's just one of those things where like it's too good to pass up.
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
because I guess you could say his production outweighed the negative, even though like the injury. But you're probably not gonna see him the first 8 games, 10 games of the season. But hopefully, like he heals up and has good rehab.
He's able to produce at least later on.
Here's a question for you guys. The Lions traded with Minnesota for this pick. Do you think that these in-conference trades are like okay now? Like last year, I was kind of upset that the Cowboys traded with the Eagles on draft day. It ended up working out for us. Yeah. But at the time, I was pissed because the Eagles traded up with the Cowboys and they got Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the why are we helping the Eagles?
Just a guy that's going to hurt us.
We ended up getting Micah Parsons out of it, which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Now, but at the time, it's like, I mean, this guy was a Heisman Trophy winner. Why are we helping the Eagles out? And you kind of have almost the same situation here with the Minnesota Vikings. They're helping the Lions, I guess you can say.
Well, I think at the end of the day, dude, it's just business. At the end of the day, these GMs, they come in, they're like, well, we got to do what we got to do. And we got to take care of what needs to be taken care of. And I guess just if that comes down to trading with somebody that's in the division, well, so be it. That's what it has to happen.
I think this is like the one day a year where they kind of throw out the division.
Those
they're
rules.
Just like, whoever's gonna make this trade with us, and whoever's gonna give us the most, that's who we're gonna deal with. And whether it be within our division or whether it be within our conference, whatever it is, like we don't care.
Because if you think about it, when they're in that war room, they have to put all that aside, right? Yeah. And then just everything goes out the window.
Moves. Just who can we get? This is our guy. This is the best available. This is who we want. Well, so be it. If it means we got to trade with our rival, let's do it.
But I mean, to a certain point, right? You're not trying to help them get better, right?
No, you're not. But
when a trade happens, it's probably because they also
they see something that's going to benefit them. It's not like they're just trading. It's not like the Niners are calling up the Raven or the Rams and be like, "Hey, give us this for that," and they're gonna be
We'll
like,
take
"Okay,
Robbie Gould for
exactly."
DK
You know, so
Metcalf.
like they're
the Rams don't like
yeah,
picks.
dude. Like that's true.
Picks what picks?
They're just sitting there, picks for sale, picks for sale. Let's go. Let's move on to where were we? Number 13. That's the one we talked about earlier. Jordan Davis, the Eagles. Picking him up. Do you think that's another good pick, in
I
your
think
opinion?
so.
This is the one that made me laugh because I'm sitting
Yeah.
here watching the Lions and Saints jump up in front of them because the Eagles have been really like the last couple of years. I have a friend that's an Eagles fan, and I've given it to it because it's like 1 year they drafted like JJ or Arcega Whiteside,
Yeah.
and then last year they got beat out the year before they got beat out for somebody else. And it's just like they've had this like string of like bad luck with drafting like receivers because people jump in front of them or they'll take them before the Eagles can get to them. And once again, it happens. I feel like with
right.
Olave and Jameson Williams going right before they were about to pick. So I don't know. I guess it's a good pick for them. Massive dude.
Yeah,
Jordan Davis,
big guy, dude. He's 6'6", 340.
I think it's a good pick. If you look at the Eagles and the Giants, they're chasing the Cowboys, right? That's the team that won the division last year, and big weakness on the Dallas Cowboys offensive line.
No, yeah, for sure.
It makes sense.
It's gonna help in their division for sure. But I mean, the Lions shoring up the D line, the Eagles shoring up the D line now. Washington adding another guy on the outside. And then this guy, Jordan Davis. This is the guy who ran the 4.7 840 at 340 pounds. Who does that, dude? Who's athletic is crazy. This is the one that you like from the Baltimore Ravens. Kyle Hamilton, the safety out of Notre Dame. You liked it?
So obviously you got Sauce Gardner and Stingley that were the best corners, but you got to have a safety too, right? Impact guy. And you've known the Ravens to have defensive guys their whole like existence. You got Lewis, Suggs, Ed Reed. Just they're known for defense. So this is why I was like, okay, Kyle Hamilton, he was one of the best safeties in the country, if not the best safety. There's better corners, yes. But safety wise, like his positional play and his making ability, he's able to close on like wherever his responsibility was. He was able to close gaps really fast, able to make plays, tips, picks, whatever it was. So I really like that for the Ravens.
You see some of those big games, especially from last year. That's kind of the stuff that they were giving up, right? When they were giving up stuff over the middle. Do you think that's going to go? He's going to come in and help fix that?
Yeah, he's going to come down and just be the enforcer. You know, he's got a wide range of ability, so he can drop deep into coverage, play the cover 2, or if they send him into cover 3 and just play deep over the middle, he can do that. But he can also play in the box. He can also come down and fill. You know, be like an outside linebacker type. So
almost kind of like Jamal Adams.
Yeah, he
just probably just a little bit better in coverage because Jamal Adams' coverage is not that great. Texas at number 15, they pick up on Kenyon Green, an offensive tackle or offensive lineman from Texas A&M. Another good pick.
Well, someone's got to protect Davis Mills.
Davis Mills.
They finally got some protection for him.
It's like, don't you disrespect Davis Mills.
I'm not going to say nothing. You guys are just going to give me shit either way.
Yeah, exactly.
Why you don't like? Obviously, Andrew does not like the pick. Why don't you like the pick?
No, I didn't say you don't like the pick. I was just like, who are you going to protect?
And then at 16, the Commanders. That's still kind of weird to say. The Washington Commanders. Was it Jayon Dotson for the wide receiver out of Penn State? That's another one you said you like, right?
Yeah, Dotson. No? I thought he'd be like a later round or a late first round guy, but you started seeing. I texted this guy on my way here. I was like, the receivers are going to start to go as soon as the Jets picked up Garrett Wilson. Yeah, I was like, oh, they're going to go now. And I don't know why the Eagles could have had Dotson right there instead of Jordan Davis. My buddy I was checking Twitter right now. He's like, "Oh, Jordan Davis is a great pick." I'm about to give him some hell right now. But you're only saying that because Williams was gone before your pick.
That's true.
Like, don't try to say that was the pick you wanted. No one wants a D tackle.
Yeah, exactly. That's not the best pick, but I mean,
but Dotson, like from what I remember, like he played really good against big
Mhm.
teams. So like when they played like Ohio State, stuff like that, he really showed out against like
Quarterback.
top competition.
Oh, the first quarterback.
The homer
the
pick.
first quarterback off the board. At number 20th overall, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Kenny Pickett. The guy with the small hands.
Yeah.
The guy that can't eat any Whoppers.
Well, he's from Pitt and he gets to stay home.
He gets to stay home.
Gets to stay home.
Good pick, in your opinion, Jose? Number
Nah,
20. I know we're kind of skipping forward, but
Nah.
I mean,
you don't like
this
it?
draft class is terrible.
I mean, do you think he'll be able to get in there and beat out Trubisky there?
No, I still
No,
think Trubisky.
you think
over
still
him.
Trubisky is gonna stick with that job there?
Yeah, this guy's got small hands, right?
Small hands. I can't believe that was such a big
It's so dumb.
talking
It
point.
doesn't matter.
I mean, they're probably just trying to figure out a way. Like, well, what are we going to talk about these quarterbacks? Let's just talk about this dude's small hands.
I think it's just I don't know. I mean, it's real shitty what happened with Haskins, but I'm sure that if they still have Haskins, they don't take this quarterback.
Did you guys actually hear what actually like happened?
To get a little off topic, I heard that there was another chick with him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Like intoxicated and
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. I guess his I don't know how true this is. It's just what I've been told. His car broke down on the freeway.
That's what I heard.
And then like he stopped checking in with his wife.
Yeah.
And the wife called CHP and was like, "Hey, like my husband like broke down the freeway, blah blah blah."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh yeah, the paramedics are on their way." And she's like, "Paramedics? Why are the paramedics on the way?"
Because I heard the 911 call. Well, from what I heard, is like his car somehow, some way ran out of gas. Right, like they're on the highway, pulled over to the side. That's when he said he called his wife or his girlfriend, and then I guess he was on his way to get gas, and then the wife called 911 again to try to check in. And the dispatch was like, "Yeah, there was an incident on that highway. I don't want to tell you what it was, but then that's when."
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's insane, dude.
the Patriots just traded back with the Chiefs.
Of course.
The Chiefs are gonna jump.
One
up
more
right
thing
now.
about Pickett. This dude wears a glove on his throwing hand.
Yeah. He's done that all year. That was another.
Oh,
because
because he's got small hands.
He's got small hands.
He needs
Dude, this
extra
ball is
grip.
way too big, man. Let's go on
Try playing
to
baseball, bud.
the number 17th pick, and the Chargers picking up an old line to protect Herbert there. Zion Johnson out of Boston College. What do you think about that one? Anything on that one?
Not much, other than I think they're adding to the guy they got from Northwestern last year. So
Yeah, it's another.
So they're just beefing up that.
just
line.
trying to beef up the old line. Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, they got all
Because
the offensive
if you
everywhere
think
else.
about it,
Protect your franchise.
I mean, other than quarterback at the old line position, that one I feel like takes the longest to develop, right?
Mhm.
Because a lot of especially on defense, it's a lot of them you can plug and play, especially running back and wide receiver. When it comes to quarterback and offensive line, dude, it's just like you have to be so smart and so patient with learning everything, learning the new offense and the cadence and protections and all that. So maybe like 5-6 years from now, the Los Angeles Chargers, their O-line's probably going to still be, like
Intact,
a pillar for
yeah.
them.
Either that or they should have traded for a tie.
what was that?
They should have traded for a tie. Or for a new head coach that doesn't call timeouts.
At number 18, the Tennessee Titans, they trade up with the Eagles. They trade away A.J. Brown to pick up another wide receiver, Treylon Burks. That's from Arkansas, the one we were talking about earlier.
Mhm.
Yeah, smooth move with that one, or what do you think? You think
you
they
saw
kind
the
of screwed it
comparison
up?
right now. He's like
Compared it to Debo.
he's a gadget, so he
Yeah.
can run, he can
They
catch.
kind of just plug him in all over the place.
But like we're talking about it, how like what like was setting off like AJ Brown that he was so
That he was
pissed off about,
exactly.
and so like I'm reading right here, the Eagles are giving AJ Brown 4 years and $100 million extension,
Sheesh.
57 guaranteed.
Sheesh.
So I'm guessing the
Load
Titans.
up that payroll for me.
Yeah, I'm guessing the Titans they don't want to pay that.
Yeah.
Granted, because you got Derrick Henry in the backfield,
Yeah.
and that's your franchise really. And then they just paid Tannehill in the I think last off season.
Yeah.
They gave him an extension.
So are they more comfortable then sticking with Tannehill than to go out and shop for another quarterback and then we'll just trade away AJ Brown?
Well, yeah, I think that's the decision you made.
Yeah.
So you were the number 1 seed, right? They're
Yeah.
the number 1 seed.
Mm-hmm. Like they snuck up too halfway, like at the end of the season.
Yeah,
like,
and they didn't have Derrick Henry for like the last half of the year.
So
Look at look at that. that chart. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
All those quarterbacks that got drafted last, and the first quarterback that goes in
First
this
overall
draft,
pick.
20th.
20th.
That tells you how bad.
It's just that the quarterbacks are really bad here in this draft. The Saints, another pick on offensive lineman Trevor Penning from Northern Iowa. Do you think that's a good pick? Not having the quarterback position solidified there. They just go ahead and pick up an offensive lineman.
Well, they re-signed Jameis Winston, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think they're just like, hey, if Jameis ends up being the guy, protect him.
I want to know who their offensive coordinator is going to be, because now Dennis Allen took over because Sean Payton retires.
Yeah.
So I want to see the type of offense they're going to run now, because Sean Payton's a mastermind.
Yeah, that was the thing, is that his style was pretty unique, especially what he was able to accomplish with Drew Brees there.
Mm-hmm. So
And then well, they still have Alvin Kamara there. They still have Michael Thomas when they picked up a wide receiver early on. So do you think that offense is going to be successful there?
Well, they got Kamara, now they got Olave,
Mm-hmm.
and now they got the tackle, right? They picked up.
Yeah.
I guess they're loading up on offense. Dennis Allen believes in his defense, right? So
Looks that way. Yeah.
I just want to. I don't know who their offensive coordinator is, but I want to see how that offense is going.
It's going to be interesting. And then, well, of course, Pittsburgh picking up on Kenny Pickett. Nobody's happy with that one. Or you're not.
Maybe,
you
maybe
don't
the
like
Steelers, because he's a hometown kid.
Yeah.
Like, all right, good for you guys. I still think Trubisky's going to beat him out, but whatever.
That's interesting, man. It's just, I mean, what they could have gone with, because you have T.J. Watt on the other side, and then you have Claypool there, who, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call him an out like number one wide receiver, but I mean, you have some weapons there. Like, do you think it's kind of weird that they went ahead and just drafted a backup quarterback that might not even be their future?
I don't know. I feel like they believe heavily in Najee.
And Najee, just someone that's going to turn around and hand the ball off.
So you got another like situation like Tennessee, where it's like, all right, our guy's going to be the running back, and we're going to live and die through the running back. So whoever's in that quarterback, just give the ball to Najee, or give the ball to Derek.
So that's my thing, is like, do you think they could have used that pick on like something else, on like another offensive lineman, maybe even another skill guy to help that quarterback, to help Trubisky out, instead of going after a quarterback that's probably not even going to play this year?
I mean, with Trubisky, he might end up playing.
You think Trubisky's eventually going to screw it up?
I mean,
could get hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, Trubisky, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
I still
Saints
think
or the Steelers could be out by like week 11, week 12.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's the Steelers, bro. They're always in it no matter what. They had Duck Hodges like carrying them to 8-8 a couple years ago.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we've caught up, right? I think we're
just about
right
we're just about caught up. Yeah, so we're still kind of just waiting.
Though the Chiefs just got a corner.
Makes sense.
That's right. Yeah. The Chiefs just got a corner. Probably, I mean, yeah, to help out their passing defense there at the end of the season last year, when Gabriel Davis scores 5 touchdown passes, receiving touchdowns.
I think it just makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So they lost. What's his name? Matthew, right?
Tyrann Mathieu.
But
He's still
nickel safety.
Yeah, he's like a nickel safety. They had, who was that other kid that they had at safety? What was his name? The guy that kept screwing up the coverages? Sorensen. I mean, that kind of sucks.
So
for that kid.
That was probably their weakest link last year was that secondary. So
for sure,
it just makes sense. It's a good pick.
And then that having a weak secondary too, that also maybe that forced Patrick Mahomes to like make these godly throws to like try to get the ball out, and that forced more turnovers and stuff like that. And then, of course, it didn't help that they didn't have a running game. It was like virtually non-existent, right? Like especially towards the end of the year, when they needed it badly.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he was hurt for most of the year. He was hit and miss. Damian Williams, he was also like, I don't know, that running back situation is.
Out of the first round, who's your favorite pick right now? Who do you think is like the guy who's going to come in and make an immediate impact?
Situationally,
yeah, like if you look across all the first 20 picks or 21 picks,
probably Thibodeau.
AJ Brown.
Thibodeau for the Giants.
Yeah.
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown.
The Eagles said fuck them picks, or Tennessee said fuck them picks. Yeah.
I like Thibodeau to the Giants.
You think so?
Just because like he's a pass rusher, so there's less for him to like carry. Like he's not a quarterback. He's not.
Yeah, that's true.
He's not dependent
Yeah.
on anybody else. You know.
Yeah.
It's just like
He doesn't have to sit there and like read every hand signal,
coverage,
and every coverage.
He doesn't have to call the defense.
He just gotta just read his guy in front of him and make a play.
Hey, bro, you just go rush the quarterback and get your sacks
and get your thing.
That's it.
Hey,
Remember,
Packers didn't draft a receiver again.
They didn't draft another receiver?
No, they drafted a linebacker.
Oh, they drafted a linebacker. What does it say?
Walker.
Quay Walker out of Georgia, linebacker.
These Georgia
Interesting.
defensive guys are just flying off the board.
They're
How
good.
many receivers have been taken so far? Because they said the over under
That's
in
a
the
good
first round was like
question.
7.
It's going to be under.
So
I think they're at 3.
No. They're already like at 6, 5 or 6.
Yeah,
Receivers?
dude.
Yeah.
Wide receivers. Okay,
Drake
so
London.
Drake London was the first one. That's one.
Wilson.
Garrett Wilson,
Olave,
Williams, Dotson.
That's 5,
Mhm.
right?
Yep, that's 5.
So then the over under was
and
7.
then
Anybody else?
Burks,
Oh, Treylon Burks 6.
6. And yeah, that's it so far.
Damn.
6 wide receivers in the first round. Gone. So I mean that's a trend that we saw the way it was heading for the past at least 2 drafts, right? Where like big time wide receivers are going off the board, and then they come in and they make immediate impacts on their team.
Except for Devontae Smith.
Except for Devontae Smith.
So the Ravens traded back right now with the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
So the Bills just jumped in front of the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys want to see out this last round, this whole round?
I just want to get to the Cowboys pick.
Just get to the Cowboys pick.
I mean, it should just be an offensive lineman. It shouldn't be anything sexy.
Oh, is that what you want?
Yeah.
Offensive lineman?
Yeah.
So someone said the Dolphins' 29th pick is tremendous. They got Tyreek Hill.
Hey, well, I mean, yeah, dude. Like that's what everybody's going into. It's just like screw them picks.
Yeah.
Why draft a guy who may or may not work out when we could just already pay a guy who's already developed?
Well, like they said, like this, like you said, it's a trend, right? So everyone just seen the Rams just trade away all their picks,
Yeah,
or their top picks, and just be like, well,
and then
we're just gonna beat you with vets.
yeah, screw it, huh?
Yeah.
That's true.
Take what you know that they can do, not what you think or hope that they can do.
Yeah, because I mean, getting a guy who's already an adult, like coming into your team that's already like 25 and up versus
a
21-year-old who kind of still screwing around,
rolling the dice on him.
It goes out drinking and driving, or can't stop partying and stuff.
Yeah, you don't know if your like scouting department did their homework on the guy.
Exactly.
You don't know if he's going to be a real pro or he's going to be the guy that gets
right.
Because
I understand that these teams interview these kids, but of course these guys are going to show their base available when they're interviewing, right? Like we all do it when we're going to interview. This is my best, right? Like, yeah, I'm a team player.
Yeah, I'll always come in.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm
and then
always early.
Then your coworker just says, "Hey, good morning." Fuck you. Don't talk to me.
Don't talk to
Hey,
me.
I'm
I
gonna
fucking hate
need
the
like
morning shifts.
I'm gonna need like 3 weeks off. So like,
Yeah.
Starting next week.
Hey, by the way, I'm gonna be a disgruntled employee when you don't pay me or what I want.
Oh yeah, exactly. Because I need to go on a trip to Miami in like
At
2 days.
At Debo.
Did you see
At Germany.
I don't know if you guys saw Pat McAfee that video where he was like at a club or whatever,
I
and they're
seen
like
it. I sent it to these guys.
Devo's staying. Yeah,
And he was like,
and he was just like, nah.
Nah, bruh.
I'm surprised he hasn't been traded yet. I kind of figured it was coming right now.
Oh, maybe they're gonna try to make it work. John Lynch is like, nah, we're gonna keep this guy, or maybe we don't know.
I mean, it still might happen tonight because another. Who's another team that was speculating
They
to
said
get him?
when I was reading,
Dallas
they said
Cowboys.
Jets, Lions, and Packers because
Yeah.
they had the most money available.
Mhm. So the Packers, they still have another pick sitting there at number 28, and that can be the receiver that Aaron Rodgers is looking for. But I mean, are the Niners really going to draft or really trade him to the Packers?
Well, but we
we
talked
just
about it.
talked about this
Like,
10 minutes ago.
These go out the window.
Oh no, but I know like when it comes to division, but I mean this is the team that you beat in the NFC divisional game. Like you're gonna see them again at the end of the year. You don't want him to be the guy who
I think that's less likely than
good
to
at
a
those-
team you see twice a year.
You think so?
Yeah, if you're trading your division, I think is worse.
Yeah, but I
not
don't
a
think
team
it
that you
ma-
play against every other year.
But
in
I
the
think
playoffs.
if it's going to affect you in the playoffs, that I feel like that's where it makes a bigger impact versus
but
during
in
the
your
year.
division, that affects if you go to the playoffs.
I understand that. That's understandable.
Interesting.
Let's see who the Bills end up picking at 23.
I feel like if someone's going to trade for Debo, they already would have. I think it would have been an early pick.
You think it would
have?
He
had to be at least top 15.
I think it would have been an early pick.
Which is crazy because you guys took him like 4th round or something.
Yeah, it was like 4th round.
And then like these guys,
that's not his value anymore.
Yeah, it's
third
like
round. Yeah.
These guys play their ass off, and then their value just shoots through the roof.
At this point, then
let's see that you see another AFC trade though.
Yeah,
like today's the one. This weekend is the one weekend a year where these GMs, there's no rivalry matters. They're just trying to get deals done.
Right.
You know, what's gonna, like Andrew said, what's gonna make us better? You know. So I think like they don't really care. Like,
right.
The Dolphins traded for a couple picks ago, like a couple weeks ago, to the Patriots.
And you were cool with that?
I didn't understand it at the time. I was just like, what was that for?
They also unloaded Devontae Parker to go over there.
Yeah,
right?
that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what they did. They traded away Devontae Parker, which I was like, yeah, good.
I mean, you're happy that Devontae Parker's out of there.
Good luck. He probably pulled his hamstring on the way to the airport.
On the way to the airport.
Poor guy, dude. That guy's just never gonna get a chance.
Hopefully he stays healthy, but knowing him, he'll be good for like 4 games, and then somehow he'll pull his hamstring.
End this after the Cowboys pick.
Yeah,
bruh, they made fun of Sauce Gardner right now because I guess when he got drafted, he went the wrong way to the podium, and they said, "Look, Sauce Gardner already got drafted by the Jets and just trying to escape."
Who the Bills taking?
Come get me. See who the Bills taking here on this one.
Probably someone I don't know.
Still confused that there hasn't been a trade, dude.
For Devo?
Yeah, they take a
They're
DB.
Keep him, bro. Unless they're gonna get
corner,
like 2 or 3 second-round picks.
Yeah, DB out of Florida. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. OC.
Kyer Elam.
Elam.
There's no R in the last name.
A DB out of Florida.
Interesting. They go defense. They've been
Well,
they only lost Cole Beasley, right?
They had the top-ranked defense last
year.
Yeah,
they have
no. What did we say? No all-pro guys, and they were still the top-ranked defense.
Yeah.
So I got my boy Milano over there at backer. They picked up Von
Miller.
They have
Milano. They have Von Miller that they picked up. They have Tre'Davious White.
They got
Micah Hyde. So I mean, that's a stacked defense.
Now you add a corner.
And then you add a corner to it. There goes your team.
Here's Andrew.
The Cowboys.
There we go.
Andrew's trying to get a pick before.
Jerry Jones is going to do something stupid. I know it.
No, he got Micah last year. Come on, bro. You don't believe?
Yeah, dude. He got Micah the first round.
I get nervous every year when Jerry's about to make a pick.
You think he's going to trade down?
I hope not.
Why wouldn't he?
Take the best available offensive guard. We need a left guard. We have no left guard.
Why wouldn't he trade down?
Because we need a top-tier left guard. Our shitty ass left guard from last year that got penalized fucking 16 times.
Hey.
How many holding?
Is now
16 holding.
Is
penalties,
now a
right?
Miami Dolphin.
Hey.
That's right. Yeah. That's another guy you said good riddance.
Yeah. See ya.
Like
Bye-bye.
OC with Devontae Parker.
Yeah, I felt the same way. The way OC felt about Devontae Parker for sure.
Yeah, I think we've got an hour now.
Easily.
Okay, we'll just wait for this last pick, and then we'll go ahead and we'll cut it there. In the meantime, dude, what do you want to see here? What do you want to see Dallas do?
I think I've made it very clear in the last 35
Just
seconds.
offensive lineman?
I want offensive linemen. I mean, we still got Dan Quinn, so I think our defense is pretty good.
Yeah.
Maybe a defensive end guy because we lost Randy Gregory.
Yeah.
But I think the safe pick right here is offensive line. Zeke is not like he used to be. Tony Pollard's still doing good, but if he's going to take a bigger part of the load, you got to create some holes for him. So I'm just thinking offensive line is a smart move. We're pretty good at tight end. We're okay at receiver. We got rid of Cooper, but we landed Washington.
Yeah.
But we did lose another Miami guy now. Jesus, I can't remember. Cedric Wilson.
Oh, that's right. Cedric Wilson.
Kind of iffy on Michael Gallup. I don't know. I mean...
Well, he tore his ACL there at the end.
You could go receiver here, but I don't think that's necessarily the safe.
Well, you have CeeDee Lamb there, right?
Yeah, but I think what's going to happen is now that Cedric Wilson's gone, you're going to end up seeing CeeDee Lamb move back to the slot. He's not as good as wideout as he is in the slot. So this is either going to be probably an offensive lineman, probably a guard, or it's going to be a wideout.
Yeah. Well, you guys still have. Well, I know you guys. Michael Gallup. He's still. It just really sucks that he tore his ACL, but they ended up paying him.
They paid him after he tore it too.
Yeah.
They really like him.
He's a really good one-on-one guy, especially in the red zone.
He's a big guy that you could put out wide. Yeah.
He wins majority of his 50-50 balls.
Yeah. So, I mean, now that Cooper's gone,
and he was the best deep threat.
Now that Cooper's gone, you would imagine that he's going to get a bigger load in that offense, especially that Zeke isn't performing. Pollard, he's probably going to get more of those inside runs than Zeke is.
Cut Zeke, bro.
I agree.
They cut Zeke. They're not going to do it. That's Jerry Jones' boy.
I told this guy since last year, just cut him, man. You get just as much, or if not the same production from Pollard.
Right. Well, we were talking about earlier about just trading these guys. If they want to get paid somewhere else, buy.
Well,
he's a guy they should have traded.
You'll get him like for half or a quarter of the price of Zeke.
Right.
I think what will end up happening is, I think Zeke will end up taking a pay cut.
If he wants to stay,
stay in Dallas.
Yeah. Because I think he enjoys Dallas.
No,
They've talked about how close friends he is with. I mean,
for sure,
Dak.
Him and Dak are that dynamic duo, and they play well together. It's not like it's just the production that he's producing for the money that he's getting paid. It's just it's not
you're
right.
Not wrong.
Yeah, he
was hurt a good majority of last season. Not really a little bit of an excuse. Like I understand that his value has gone down. Oh, pick is in. But I think maybe you get some extra offensive line to help him out.
Yeah.
A little bit. That'd be nice.
Notice not a single running back taken in the first round this year.
Yeah, well.
Interesting, right? I mean, do you think people are finally starting to learn their lesson?
Dude, those dudes get hit all the time.
Right? Najee Harris went late in the first round last year, right? He went like 32nd or 31st.
Well, it was 31st to the Steelers.
Yeah. So I think people are starting to realize, man, wide receivers is where it's at. Even when it comes down to fantasy drafting, right? Everybody picks up wide receivers.
Would you rather your top pick get hit by a 6'1", 220-pound guy, or a 6'5", 340-pound guy?
It's a good point. Just waiting for this pick to come in.
I know.
So we can cut this.
So the weather kind of crazy today, huh?
Yeah,
super windy.
Super insane. No, it was nice out there. How was your trip to Mexico, man?
It's fun, man.
It was cool.
Got to watch Chivas play live.
Yeah.
Watch them get smacked in the mouth.
That's what those races get.
They played Rayados.
Monterrey's a good club, dude.
Sat, what was it? Midfield, 5 rows from the field for like $50, $60.
Oh, nice.
Tickets are so cheap there.
They're cheap, huh? Yeah. Liga Mexicana, dude.
Yeah, it's dirt cheap. You can get a great seat for like $25.
Good chance you could get stabbed or.
I watched a lot. Not there. Yeah, but I watched a lot of those Liga Mexicana games, dude. I'm starting to see a lot more empty seats, as every week goes on.
They took out the supporter section. It wasn't there.
It was not there anymore. So the Cowboys with the 24th pick.
Wish I could hear it.
Let's see who they pick up on.
The tackle.
Yeah. Tyler Smith from Tulsa.
So does this mean La'el Collins is gone?
La'el Collins is already gone.
Yeah, right. He's left. So this is his replacement, right? So left tackle or right tackle?
Right tackle. La'el Collins plays right tackle. Okay. Looks like he's playing left tackle for Tulsa, though.
You like the pick?
I'm okay with it.
You okay with it?
I got no hard feelings about it. La'el Collins.
That's not a bad pick.
Was a good tackle. We lost him.
Yeah. Okay, man. I think that's a good place to end it. I think we'll end it there. I think we've gone over an hour already. Anything else you guys want to add? That
football related wise?
Football related. That's related to the draft. Anything OC?
Dolphins don't have a pick until like the 3rd round.
So you're cool.
There's nothing really to talk about for me.
That's it.
I'm just interested to see if the Niners make a move.
I don't know, man.
I think it's too late.
At this point, it kind of looks like he's gonna stay unless they're gonna make a move and they're gonna go for first round picks last year or for the next year. I feel like if he stays, man, I think that'd be the best bet for him because if they get Jimmy out of there. Maybe tomorrow, because I can still see them getting rid of Jimmy tomorrow. If they can keep Debo, pay him whatever he wants, and then you have Trey Lance on a rookie contract. It's best case scenario, right? Mm-hmm. You pay your superstars. Mm-hmm. You have your quarterback on a rookie contract. He's getting pennies on the dollar. and you just win with what you got.
But is Trey Lance that guy?
Can't
be worse than Jimmy,
The verdict
right?
is out, man. I don't know, dude. I have no idea. There's a lot of speculation that the Niners are panicking, that
I'd be panicking
they're not really all in on Trey Lance yet.
Yeah, I heard you returned your Trey Lance jersey, right?
I didn't buy one. Hey, I bought a Boza jersey, dude. That dude's gonna be there forever.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That dude's always hurt.
Not always. He's not always hurt.
He's good for one pretty good injury a year.
Just the year before when he tore his ACL. He had an awesome rookie season when took him to the Super Bowl, or he helped the team to get to the Super Bowl.
And they lost.
And then last year he came back, got to the NFC Championship game. So I think just bottom line, dude, when
Who's
it comes
your
to
best
the
player,
Niners,
Bosa or Debo?
Boza.
Mm.
I think Boza. I think just bottom line, dude, we got to get Jimmy out of there. I think that's
for sure. That's why I'd be panicking.
That's the only thing that's holding it up.
Your best offensive player wants out, and your quarterback is still Jimmy G.
Yeah.
Another day, still
Yeah.
Jimmy G. I'm gonna hang a picture of Harry Maguire right here and Jimmy G.
And Jimmy G. The longer they stay, dude.
Little tally marks. Day 75 after draft, Jimmy G
Jimmy
still a
G's
Niner.
still there,
Still
dude.
here.
Harry Maguire is still the captain.
Wasn't captain today.
Nah, not today. I think that's about it, man. I think I'm good. You guys,
Yeah,
I'm pretty good.
you want to do the outro since you're getting so good at it?
I'm getting good at the intro. I'm not good at outro.
You haven't been practicing it?
I haven't been practicing the outro.
Well, everybody, thanks for watching. For you guys watching at home, make sure you guys like and subscribe. That really helps us push the channel out. We'll see you guys all next time. Thanks, everybody.
Peace.